And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage with a record of 34 wins, 25 of those coming by way of knockout against 2 defeats from Flint, Michigan. He's the former WBC and his opponent comes all the way from Ashland City, Tennessee, and is looking to no doubt reclaim his throne atop the super middleweight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage with a record of 21 wins, just 1 defeat, a dozen victories coming by way of knockout. He is the former IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting HELENIUS. And now we get ready for our main event of the evening. This man is Finland's finest and has been among the elite in the heavyweight division in Europe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is with a record of 30 wins, 19 of those coming by way of knockout against 3 losses from Mariehamn, Finland, introducing the Nordic Nightmare, HELENIUS. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man who has made Barclay Center his home, electrifying, exciting, and a former heavyweight champion of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with an outstanding record, 42 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 41 big wins coming by way of knockouts. Fighting out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, he is the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. This is our main event on Saturday night on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder, Robert HELENIUS from Barclay Center here in Brooklyn.
Let's go, champ!
Thank you very much, gentlemen. You can take your seats. I'm going to start off with Caleb Plant and Anthony Durrell. Caleb, I will start with you. It has been nearly 1 year since we saw you inside the ring, and fans and media around the world want to know, since your fight against Canelo Alvarez, how much have you grown and what have you learned since being a part of that and in that valiant effort that you had against Canelo Alvarez?
Well, like you said, it's been a minute since I've been in the ring, but shortly after that fight, me and my team, we got right back to work and cleaned up a few things and kept working on things we had a lot of success with in my last fight. And I've been working ever since. Me and my team, we've been in the dark, grinding, staying focused, and come Saturday night, I'm excited to show y'all what we've been working on.
course of your career, you're a two-time super middleweight champion of the world. You mentioned that you either want to fight for the title or you want the big names in the division. Well, lo and behold, here we have Caleb Plant in you in the super middleweight title eliminator. Well, what are your thoughts on your opponent? And obviously, I know that there is no love lost between either one of you. Caleb, when he goes ahead and he states that he's going to handle business against you, he seems a little bit dismissive. He wants to go out there and hurt you. What is your response?
Well, leading up to this fight, throughout the whole lead up, he's had a lot to say about me, how much he hates me and don't like me, and nobody else likes me. But I'm not here to talk about emotions. This ain't a therapy session. I can care less if people like me. I'm here to do a job. I'm a professional.
I don't have to like you. Motherfucker, ain't no shit in the rule. I got to like your ass. Where that shit at? Show me.
So like I was saying,
Just don't get on your bike, bitch.
he's had a lot to say about my resume and how I haven't fought anyone.
Yeah,
But he's somebody who
tell me who you fought.
he's somebody who has about twice the amount of fights as I do, and he has 4 people on his resume who are either current or former world champions at the time he fought them. I have about half the fights he has, and I have 3 people who are either current or former world champions at the time I fought them. And that's with the half the fights that he has. And come Saturday night, I'll have 4 just as many as him with half the fights he has. So, are you a bum? Are you a bum? Because you said all I fight is bums. Are you a bum?
Are you?
Are you a bum?
Are you? Who you fight? Who you fight? Tell me who you fight.
I'm fighting you.
No,
And that's all you need to worry about.
You a bitch?
I'm fighting you.
Right.
That sounds good. He said all I fight is bums, but I'm fighting him. So anything that we've done before this, it's not going to matter once the bell rings. He's got to fight me, I got to fight him.
Just don't run.
Caleb, you've been pretty adamant about, handing out a prediction coming into this fight. You proclaimed that after the beating you give Anthony Durrell, that he's going to retire. Why do you feel that way?
I just feel like I'm going to put a vicious ass whooping on that boy. And
you ain't never
after
whooped
that, he's
nobody
going
like
to be right off into the sunset.
Who
And
like
that'll be it for
that?
him.
The only way you can retire me is running around the fucking ring out and get old. That's the only way you can retire me. You can't do nothing, man. Fuck you can do. Huh? You can't hit. Yeah, keep on laughing, bitch.
Anthony, where does Caleb Plant? Both of you guys have extensive resumes, former world
I
champions.
ain't got shit. No, we don't. Don't lie to that boy. Don't got nothing. He a bitch.
Well, I'm just
You see how bad he is? You see how easy it is to get him mad?
No, I
You
ain't
see
mad.
this? You see
I
how
ain't
bad?
mad, baby. I'm mad? But you trying to get my attention this whole camp. I'm mad. I ain't talking to you. I don't care about you. Look at you. You scared. You scared of you thinking, boy. Think good, too.
I see that.
But now we'll turn it over to the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. Deontay, it's very interesting because you have animosity with these 2 guys, but you and Robert HELENIUS are certainly gentlemen, and you guys have mutual respect between each other, him being your former sparring partner. But when you decided to come back, and there was a list of names that you could have chosen for your comeback, why did you decide to settle on the Nordic Nightmare, Robert HELENIUS, who is no easy test for any heavyweight in the world?
First off, I got tremendous love and respect for Robert. We've been knowing each other for years. We've been in camp. He always came to my camp. They say iron sharpens iron, and definitely been doing that. And the reason I agreed up on this fight because he's been on a winning streak. He's been looking great in his fight, and this is for WBC Eliminator. So if I'm gonna be in it and come back in it, why not fight with the best, and why not fight for something worth fighting for? I don't have long. I only have 3 years left up in this business, and I'm ready to fight the best, and able and ready to do whatever I gotta do, to make it back to the top.
Well, it's great to see you, champ, as always, and now with the Nordic Nightmare, Robert HELENIUS. Robert, you have been fighting, involved in boxing for over 25 years. You've always stated your goal HELENIUS to challenge for the heavyweight championship of the world. You are literally potentially one step away, but in order for you to get to that path, you have to get past this man, the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder. How important is this fight for you on Saturday?
Well, I've been throwing my life to this sport, so of course this means everything for me. And I've been doing all the work I can do to bring my best self up in this fight. And you know, I'm ready.
Deontay, this has been the home to many memorable events for you. 4 fights, 4 victories, 4 knockouts. You look at the names of Arthur Stuka, Berwin Stavern, Luis Ortiz, and Dominic Brazil, most recently in May of 2019. What makes Barclay Center so special for the Bronze Bomber?
I think it's the electrifying energy that the arena presents. You know, I had some of my most dramatic knockouts, most exciting knockouts, and enjoyable moments right here in this arena. So, you know, when I came here and got on the plane, the energy here just felt amazing. And I asked my team, y'all feel the same thing that I feel? And they agreed with me, they felt the same thing. So it almost felt like a second home to me. You know, I'm always here, and I put on my best performance here, right here. So, you know, with that being said, I'm not looking for nothing less than a great performance come Saturday night. So the fans is in for a treat. You know, it's a lot on the line, you know, and I think I got the right opponent for us to get the fans what they want to see. You know, one thing that resembles me and Robert, he got a warrior heart, warrior mentality. And everyone knows I will have a warrior heart and mentality as well. So when you fight with your heart, you're willing to go out on your shield. And that's what it's going to be tomorrow. We're going to go out on our shield.
Is that why you had such an extensive training camp? I mean, your pre-camp, I thought, was rather remarkable. You put in hundreds of rounds in your pre-camp, even before diving into training camp. Is it because you know that you have a dangerous and formidable opponent in front of you on Saturday?
Most definitely. You can't look past Robert HELENIUS. You know, like I said, when any fighter fight with their heart, you can't look past it. You know, man. You know, I put in like 600 and something rounds in. I think it was 620. You know, how much was it? Well, I'm down there.
725, so since Tom House a part of the Deontay Wilder.
I'm down there. House been keeping up with everything, and it's been a tremendous count. You know, pre-count been tremendous, and going into official count has been just as great as well. You know, we had to slow down a little bit because I was overtrained, and it's been amazing though, because you can go so many years doing the same thing over and over again, and then it becomes boring. It becomes just something that you got to do and get through. So we changed up a lot of things. We changed up location. I was out in Vegas for a long time, and then I did my sparring back in Alabama, and it refreshed a lot of things. We went back to the basics of a lot of things, and this whole title for me, you know, the second phase of my career is all about having fun. You know what I mean? It's all about having fun. I always tell people I'm happy and I'm at peace in my life and where I stand. You know, where I am, the grass is green. You know what I mean? And can't nobody know me out there. So I'm looking forward to Saturday night. Although we're sparring partners and we respect each other highly, understand that you know, it will be, the beast will come out come Saturday night. You know, people ain't got to worry about whether they friends or where, you know, he said he loved them and all that, you know. Yeah, it's going to be fire come Saturday night, that's for sure.
Robert, what have you done in preparation? You both have had, you know, lengthy time together in sparring, but it's obvious that this man has destructive power, a knockout percentage of over 91%.
You got to respect that as well, of course. We've been doing a lot of footwork, a lot of jabs, a lot of sparring as well. So, and we've been at it the whole year. So we didn't know the opponent in the beginning of the year, but we've been training all year. So, you know, sitting here, I don't know what to tell you guys anymore. I've been in so many press conferences, but we've been doing a lot of good work, and I feel like this is my time now, and the the fight is going to be really, really good.
For you, what is it like to be back here at Barclay Center? Because not only has Deontay Wilder had success here, but you have as well. You went ahead in March of 2020, right before the pandemic. You know, you were a heavy underdog coming into your fight against, at the previous time, the undefeated Adam Kognazzi. You came out, you shocked the world, and you smashed him. So what's it like for you to be returning to one of the best nights of your career?
Yeah, I've been fighting once at Barclay Center, and the atmosphere was crazy good, like Wilder said. And I feel like the same thing is happening all over again.
Deontay, you mentioned in the theme to this fight, since you decided to come back, that you're fighting for yourself. What does that mean, and how dangerous does that make the bronze bomber?
Well, Ray, I gotta correct you. You know, coming back to the second phase, I'm a true people's champion. Fighting for the people. I was selfish, fighting for my family, and bringing them up. You know, bringing them out of poverty, being able to establish a lifestyle that we love to do. And when I want to do something, go places, I'm able to do so at any given time and will. You know, but being the unwilling of the statue for me means a lot to me. See so many people come from so many different countries out to join hand with us, to unite with me and my family, my loved ones. It means a lot to me, you know, you know, just to think about the past. You know, they say when you think about the past, certain emotions come out of you. And to think about that moment in time in history for me, man, it's an amazing feeling. So it just allowed me to understand that I mean so much to so many people around the world. You know, people gravitate to the things I do, to the things I say, and they apply to life. Like I said, you know, the only way you obtain knowledge is applying it to life. And that's how you become wise. And to see that, to see so many people shed tears and break down families and stuff like that, it allowed me to know, man, I gotta keep going. You know, I'm still young. I got 3 more years. I want to do it to by the end of the 40s, and that's it. So I'm going to provide my service to my greatness for the next 3 years, and then I'm out of here. So this is for the people, you know what I mean? This is for the people to have fun and do what I got to do, man. So the bronze on my back, so long live the heavyweight division.
Well, you mentioned 3 years because you said you want to fight till 40. So before I get over to Anthony Durrell, I want to wish you an early happy birthday. I know your birthday will be next Saturday, October 22nd. So happy early birthday.
Now I got 2 more years. Thanks.
Okay, 2 more years. Well, speaking of birthdays, Anthony Durrell will be celebrating his birthday tomorrow. Happy early birthday to you, Anthony.
Let's go, champ.
In Las Vegas, as they look at this fight with you and Caleb Plant, you are as much of a 6-1 underdog. What are your thoughts? Do you pay any attention to that, or do you use that as extra added motivation?
Good money, this.
That's just another way for me to make a little bit more money. That's people's opinion, I think. That's what they think, and it's fine.
Where do you feel, not giving away your game plan, obviously, but where do you feel you hold the advantages over Caleb Plant?
Everything, Eagles.
Caleb ain't showed me nothing special. Period. No fight. He showed me nothing special. He's a good boxer, but other than that, he showed me nothing special. Just be ready for that. Because I am.
Caleb, you have pointed out about Anthony Durrell. You stated that he has on your social media that he has a big bark but no bite. Why have you come to that conclusion, and how do you assess Anthony Durrell as a prize fighter?
Well, he's a former 2-time world champion, so I'm prepared. Me and my team are prepared. We're working really hard for this moment. But at the end of the day, I think he does work a lot more than he fights, and I think he's selling a lot of wolf tickets right now, being the dog. So.
Anthony, did you see any of those social media posts from Caleb Plant? Did people send it to you and everything else? And what were your thoughts? Did you take that as gamesmanship, or did it upset you?
No, I didn't upset me. That's how you feel. You want to be engaged with him. I'm too old for that shit. I'm like a kid.
Well, I saw earlier in the week you posted a photo where you looked in impeccable physical shape. Is this, I know a lot of fighters say this, but how would you analyze your training camp for this fight? One thing about Anthony Durrell, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you fight better with their emotions in a fight. Is that fair to say?
Sometimes, you know, we just got different game plans for different people. I think you got to go into every fight with a different game plan because everybody will fight the same. So we got a game plan for Caleb, and we're going to use it.
What's it like, again, continuing your partnership with Javon Sugar-Hill, who's obviously been the trainer to many of the league world champions?
He's a great trainer. He's a good trainer. Been my trainer for a long time now. And he even trained me when I was younger. Something like that. You know? I mean, we familiar with each other.
Caleb, for you, one thing I know ever since you were a young budding contender is that you crave championship gold. How much do you want to become a two-time world champion? Because the hunger that I see from you, I feel, is that of a hungry contender.
Yeah, absolutely. Becoming a two-time world champion will mean everything to me. I've worked my whole lifetime tirelessly to get to this point, and but I still have a lot more boxing to give, a lot more fights to give the fans. And but first things first, you know, you don't get to that world title without focusing on the fight in front of you. I got a fight this Saturday, October 15th, Fox pay-per-view, and that's what I'm fully focused on, and that's all I'm focused on.
What kind of statement are you hoping to make on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view? And this your first time fighting here at Barclay Center?
Yeah, just looking to get my hand raised internationally in whatever way that means. So tune in. It's gonna be big fireworks. Country boy right here, Deontay Wilder, in the main event. And there's a great card, a lot of great action going on the card, a lot of great fights, a lot of great fighters. So I'm definitely encouraging everybody to tune in and we'll turn up.
Deontay, this is your second straight fight with Malik Scott as your head trainer. I feel like you guys are just getting to another level when it comes to your continuity, the relationship, the time in the gym. I was seeing, I mentioned during the video workouts that you were moving like a middleweight for that matter during the workouts. But tell us about you and the bond that you have with Malik Scott, your lead trainer.
Man, that's he got a part, and that's my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? He definitely holds a part in my heart. I mean, we've been together for a very long time, and when we first met, man, we clicked instantly. You know, I cooked for his family. He dropped a lot of gems on me dealing with the boxing. You know, he's been in it longer than I. You know, his mother's the same birthday as I, mine is his. So it's a great family that I have. You know what I mean? I have a lot of day ones on my side with me, along with my conditioning coach guy right here. He's definitely day one. You know, day one from day one. You know what I mean? So it feels good to be able to have so many great guys support my life. You know what I mean? Whether it's dealing with boxing and dealing with just life itself. So you know, I'm looking to end my career on a happy note with my guys right beside.
Robert, for you, you're a heavy underdog coming into this fight, more than a 4-1 underdog. Yes, you are. So right now, the odds make this happen as a 4.5-1 underdog. Clearly, you're not paying attention to that, but you were an underdog coming into your fight against Adam Kupnowski the first time back in March of 2020. Do you like having that role of people picking against you?
Yeah, I think so. I think it gets a bit more respect, more power.
What have you learned over the course of your career? Because if people don't know, Robert HELENIUS has been an elite heavyweight, especially in Europe, for well over a decade. Do you feel now, Robert, that the time is here for you to capitalize and make your movement to try to become the first world champion from Finland?
Yeah, I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't believe in myself. So I think I would have found an easier job to do if I wouldn't believe in myself.
Now, Deontay, I know that you don't want to look past Robert HELENIUS, but there have been reports that Alexander Usyk, the heavyweight champion of the world, is going to be here at Barclay Center to watch your fight, and that potentially, if you're victorious, that he would like to fight you next. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is, you know, many people have said many things, you know, to me about fighting, and when the time came, we went other ways. So I reached out and some of my guys that's close to me that know him, I ask him about his character as a person. Sometimes your character will tell who you are. And I asked him, is he a man of his word? You know, certain things, and they confirmed to me that he were. And so I don't know how him with the word, you know. So we'll see what happens. So hopefully he'll man of his word, and upon being victorious, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? And this is a great thing about being a heavyweight in a small division, that you're always one fight away from a title shot. And we'll see what happens. You know, and I can't wait.
Neither can we. Anthony Durrell, Caleb Plant, before we get ready to let you guys go. Anthony Durrell on Saturday night on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. How is your fight going to unfold against Caleb Plant?
At the end of the day, I'm going to get my hand raised.
Do you want to say anything final to Caleb Plant?
I don't need to say that to him.
Caleb, your prediction for your matchup against Anthony Durrell, this super middleweight title eliminator.
Just being get my hand raised in fashion, and that's about it.
Is there anything final that you want to say to Anthony Durrell?
Just that I hope he's fully prepared.
All right, Caleb Plant, Anthony Durrell, what a matchup that is going to be. The tensions are certainly high. Finally, they get an opportunity to collide on Saturday. Robert HELENIUS, your prediction for your showdown against the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder.
I think it's not like this.
Hand raised. All right, Deontay, the floor is yours. The former heavyweight champion of the world returns to the ring for the first time in over a year. It will be 372 days exact. But Deontay, your prediction for your matchup against Robert HELENIUS on Saturday.
I just appreciate everybody coming out. This is going to be a great fight on Saturday night. You don't want to miss it. You know, I bring the excitement to the heavyweight division on Saturday, and on that night, it's going to be an explosion. You know, you got two fighters that putting their hearts on the line, that putting their lives on the line, and we don't want to exit that ring unless we become victorious. That's mean if we have to go out on our shield, and you know what I mean by that. So I'm back, baby. And you know, when I'm in the arena or when I'm in the fight, you know, I keep people on the edge of the seat. You don't know what's going to happen. When it happens, there, tonight. I see you guys soon. Love, peace, God bless. You know, always.
The Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, Robert HELENIUS, Caleb Plant, Anthony Durrell.
That's it. Brawlers Sports Media, we did the press conference. Tomorrow's the weigh-in. Stay tuned.
More press conference action continues as we will continue to dive into this main event and co-main event. Don't miss the action this Saturday on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. We will come back